Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So it's not often you'll see me do a video like this, and I was kind of toying with the idea as well. I thought, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate doing a video like this, and I don't care. I think it's something that should be discussed. Now, I am going to talk from the point of view of a British-born Muslim living in the UK. I was born in London, bred in London, and I've lived in London my entire life. And the reason why I've decided to do this video today is because I wanted to really discuss, can Muslims celebrate Christmas? Now, as somebody who has been born and raised in this country, I have always been aware since I was young enough to understand it, I'm a Muslim. And we celebrate Eid, which is the equivalent of a Christmas for Christians. But we have two Eids, we're lucky like that. But I've also understood that I am born and raised in Britain, and British culture is my culture. Now, I can't speak on behalf of other countries because I don't live there. Just because I may have visited Pakistan once in my life a long time ago, that doesn't mean that I can completely understand and relate to that kind of culture. Now, my background, my dad is Pakistani, my mum is from Kenya, an Indian Kenyan. And it's like her trying to understand Indian culture, despite the fact that her heritage is Indian. She's born and raised in Africa. She will celebrate Kenyan Independence Day, but not Indian Independence Day, because she's from Kenya. And that means that I've also been raised with these two different cultures. Gone to schools in this country, we've always celebrated Christmas. Now, does that mean that I believe that Jesus is the Son of God? I don't believe that. But what is Christmas? You know, is like a Christmas tree. That actually has nothing to do with Christmas. Christmas lights, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, you know, holly and fairy lights and baubles and presents and all that kind of stuff actually has nothing to do with actual Christmas. For those people that actually genuinely celebrate what Christmas is supposed to be, most of them will be in Christmas Eve at midnight mass at Christmas. How many people out there genuinely go to midnight mass? I actually do know a couple of people that do go to midnight mass, and they're very God-fearing people, God-fearing Christians, and they are very strongly held together by their Christian faith, and I accept and respect that. Now, one of the problems that we've got in this country, and even in the world as a whole at the moment, the Islamic religion seems to be the troublemaker in the corner of the room. In the 80s and the 90s in this country, it was the Irish Catholics that everybody hated. And there were bombs going off in London. The IRA was setting off bombs here, bombs there, whatever. And it was the innocent Irish people that were then persecuted as a result of minority nationalists. It's the same now. Now it's Islamic terrorism that is the problem. And now Islam has come to the forefront. A lot of people didn't even understand what Islam was. A lot of people have never even met a Muslim. And yet they hate Muslims because of the actions of a few. Now, the more that time has gone on, the more PC culture has become. You know, when I was in school, I was in the nativity play. I wanted to be a sheep, I think it was, or Mary. But because I was the only 7-year-old that could read fluently, I was the narrator. My brother, who's quite a religious practicing Muslim, has done Umrah and has also been to Hajj. And he did that in his 20s. He was Santa Claus in the play when he was 5 years old. Did that turn him into some crazy Bible basher, you know, spouting religion about Christianity and stuff to other people left, right and centre? No, it was just fun. It's something that, you know, that they do with children, but it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, because at home he was taught that he's a Muslim, but he was also taught, and I was also taught, to respect and be tolerant of other people's faiths and other people's religions. Now, if you are born as a Muslim in a Christian country, there are going to be certain aspects of the culture that you pick up along the way, as you do with your fellow Jewish classmate, your fellow Hindu classmate, your fellow Sikh classmate, and everybody doesn't really care about religion in that kind of way because you're all friends. You know, it's all about the personality, not what their personal beliefs are. Now, the problem in this country is we've got stupid things like, I know somebody who works at ASOS. Their Christmas party had to be renamed Winter Party. I was like, why? Winter stretches across 3-4 months. It's a Christmas party. But why do they change it to winter party and winter lights like they've done over here to appease the minorities? But you know what? The minorities here don't care. I call it Christmas tree, Christmas lights. You know what? A snowman. What the hell has a snowman got to do with actual Christmas? None of it is. You know, Boxing Day, the reason we have Boxing Day after Christmas, that was actually the day back in ye old times where people used to give gifts that were in boxes. You know, that's why it's called Boxing Day. And I really think that it's quite sad that we have become that kind of world that is so worried about offending other religions. There are loads of British Muslims like myself that do celebrate Christmas, kind of, if that makes sense. I have a tree, it's this big, it's in the corner of my room, and I threw it there because I can't find my little decorations. It's this big. I'm not going to go to hell for having a little black tree. There ain't no such thing as black trees anyway, or pink trees. And just because I like sparkles and glitter and sequins and pretty lights and aesthetics like that, I like that aspect of Christmas, if that's what you want to call it. The holiday season for me, and the reason why I've always been such a big fan of Christmas time is because when I was a child, Christmas and those 2 weeks off that we used to get at school was the only time both of my parents were at home. It was the only time that I could be with just them. Summer holidays, they were working. I wasn't always with them. And when you're a child, having your parents around is such a big thing. You know, you love them, you want to spend time with them, you want to go out places. And it was only Christmas time, when they were both off work, that I could spend time with them. Christmas holidays is actually the one time that I've got, as a child, some of my best memories. That's when my cousins used to come over to our house because they were also on holidays. We used to play, sleep over, play board games, watch TV, eat chocolates. Can somebody explain to me what that has to do with actual, real Christmas as based on the Bible? Nothing. Which is why I'm always like, why is it that people are always, well, you can't wish someone Merry Christmas? Why not? It's called being respectful. If I wish you Merry Christmas, that does not mean that I'm suddenly going to convert to Christianity and start going to the church every day. That's just not how it is. I've got many people in my life that wish me Eid Mubarak when it's Eid. I find that respectful, I find it kind, and that is something positive that Islam actually promotes. Respecting other people's faiths and being tolerant of their faith as well. Some people make things out of nothing, and then all of us Muslims get lumped with the same intolerant behavior that these extremists out there have. How many of you out there are eating gingerbread cookies, mince pies, buying limited edition Christmas holiday makeup, going to Winter Wonderland in Hyde Park, watching Christmas movies, taking your kids to Christmas pantos, and enjoying everything that the festive season has to offer? All of you. Every single one of you. So can you really say that you don't actually celebrate Christmas in some way, shape or form? It does not mean that you have to reject your faith and you're not a Muslim if you don't celebrate Christmas. Now in my house on Christmas Day, no one does nothing, and it's not a big deal. I don't care. But my best friend does celebrate Christmas, so I go to her house so that I can eat whatever food she's got. This is what I did last Christmas, yeah? I went to her house, I ate her food, it was lovely, and I spent most of the evening playing Mario Kart with her 8-year-old son. Can you explain to me how that's against my Islamic faith? Because it was Christmas Day and I ate food and played computer games. Do you see what I mean there? So I've got a Christmas tree hanging from my ears. Does that suddenly mean that I'm some infidel? I don't understand. I don't understand the logic of a lot of people, especially in this country. If you hate Christmas and you don't want to have anything to do with Christmas, I don't understand how you can even avoid it living in a country like the UK. You take all the advantages that you can over the festive period, yet you hate Christmas. Like, I don't understand it. An important part of being a Muslim is being respectful to other people, to help other people, to care for other people, no matter what their background, their race, their religion, their creed, their social status, or any of that is. Just because you decide to wear a Christmas jumper does not suddenly mean that you are not a Muslim. It's just an item of clothing, and that's literally all it is. It's about what is in here and what is in here. And what is in here and what is in here is Muslim. Now, I would definitely not call myself a very religious Muslim. I'm not a hypocrite at the end of the day. I am as I am, and as you see me on here. I don't often come on here and talk about religion and stuff because I find a lot of it to be, I would find myself to be a bit of a hypocrite if I was to lecture people about aspects of Islam that I don't actually follow myself. However, I think that as a British-born Muslim, I'm trying to speak quite broadly on behalf of quite a few people, because I know there are loads of people out there like me that really like Christmas time. We like all the sparkly lights. We like that people decorate their houses and they put tinsel up. But in reality, none of this has anything to do with the real Christmas that is celebrated by practicing Christians. But what does it mean to be a British citizen? What it means to be somebody who lives and is born and bred in my country means, and especially in London, London is very, very multicultural. You know, I've got neighbours across the street that are Hindu. They've got 2 little Christmas trees outside their house. Does that mean that they're any less Hindu? No. You know, I live in a very, very multicultural city, and one of the things that I love about it is the fact that we can share each other's celebrations together. It's about togetherness. It's about friendship. It's about family. It's about food. You know, I love turkey. I don't know about you guys. I love a piece of turkey bacon. Not real bacon, but turkey bacon. Lovely. And I just don't understand sometimes why there are so many people out there that make such a big deal about these things. I mean, there's a reason why it's always like, don't upset the Muslims, don't upset the Muslims. And I'm always just like, well, I'm not upset. So why are you making this assumption? You know, there are lots of people out there that are not part of the Islamic faith that get this assumption that Muslims just basically hate everybody. And we don't. I've got a couple of Muslim friends. I've got Sikh friends, Hindu friends, Jewish friends. Atheists are my friends too. I don't care what they believe in. It's their personality which has drawn me to their friendship. Sometimes it just gets on my nerves that Muslims are painted with such a bad brush, and it's because of things like this. Oh, we hate Christmas. Well, actually, no, we don't hate Christmas at all. Most of us will be quite happy Muslims sitting in front of the TV watching Home Alone, because let's be honest, Home Alone, it ain't Christmas if there ain't no Home Alone on, right? And eating crap, eating giant Toblerones, playing board games, and just being with your family or your friends. And that is literally it. Christmas in the UK, in the British culture, is about togetherness, about friendship, about family, about spending time together, because we all happen to be off work at the same time. That's not to say that you can't spend time any other time with each other, but it just so happens that everybody's off work, off school, everything at the same time. You know, there's extra things going on in the community. There's things to enjoy, things to see, things for the kids. Like, we as Muslims believe that Prophet Isa alayhi salam, who is Jesus to you guys, we call him Isa, we believe in him. Of course we do. But there are a lot of Christians out there, and please forgive me if I'm wrong, that say that the 25th of December is not even his birthday. I think it's got more to do with the winter solstice than it actually has to do with Jesus. So there is so many aspects of what Christmas is in the 21st century which actually have nothing to do with Christmas. It's all about commercialization, money. That's what it's all about. All this stuff that we buy, these earrings and my jewellery and whatever Christmas stuff, it's all gumph really. Like, I've got a ring on which is made out of candy canes, like holly, you know, mistletoe kisses. Do you really think that Jesus Christ was standing around going, well, here's some mistletoe, kiss under it? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's all made up stuff, all commercialised nonsense, and whatever your religion is, you can join in. It's part of the fun. It's not going to do anybody any harm. And no, you're not going to go to hell if you believe in heaven or hell. I doubt very much that because you decided to string up a bunch of fairy lights around your TV, that Allah is going to turn around and go, well, you're going straight to hell, you are, for those fairy lights. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Respectfully, if you are going to be one of those hypocritical people that feel the need to tell me as a Muslim, it's their duty to tell me this. Please feel free to take your duty to your own home, and I'll worry about my own soul. Because I am somebody who respects everybody no matter what their beliefs are. I am also, on the flip side of it, not respectful to people who are rude, intolerant and bigoted and feel the need to force their opinions and their judgments onto other people under the guise of religion and help. So that's it. That's what my thoughts are about Christmas and Islam and Muslims and whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to discuss it. Let's discuss it below. There's no reason why we can't be respectful to each other, understand other people's beliefs. If you want to invite me around to your house for some turkey, thank you very much. I'd be very appreciated. I don't like Brussels sprouts. Roast potatoes. What else? You don't have to buy me any presents. One thing I do have to say is that I do find that a lot of people that are more respectful to Muslims are those people that actually know Muslims. I actually find that people who are hateful towards the religion of Islam and its followers are ones that have never actually come across a Muslim in their entire life. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. There are plenty of cultures out there that I've never come across in my life and I'd be completely ignorant towards, but I would be happy to learn and educate myself. Because at the end of the day, we are all human, and one of the most beautiful things about being a human being is being able to learn from each other, respect each other, look after each other, no matter what somebody's beliefs is. Because at the end of the day, if you are a true Muslim in here, you will only do good by your fellow man. You will not do bad. You will not be rude. You will not be disrespectful. You'll be understanding. And who doesn't like Christmas chocolate anyway? What's wrong with you? Limited edition chocolates? Yeah. Snow Fairy from Lush. Anyway, I'm off. Bye.